Good morning. So this topic has come up quite a bit for me in the past, past 6 months at least personally, but it just recently came up with a potential client of mine. I was on an appointment on Friday at a condo development in South Berwick, and when I was it was just a listing appointment, so going out to talk about the property and the property value, etc. It was a nice day on Friday, if you recall, and the lady had her windows open, and it smelled like marijuana in the unit. And I was like, as we're going through, sometimes I'll give staging ideas, and so in this particular case, especially if it smells like smoke or something like that in a house, I'm like, that's something that is detrimental to the value of the property, and not only the value, but the marketability of it. And so I just pointed it out, like, it smells in here. You might want to move your recreational activities outside. And she said that it actually wasn't her. It was neighbors. It was neighbors 2 doors down that smoke marijuana outside. And, when the weather's nice, we open our windows, and it was getting into her unit. And funny story, I have the same problem in my house. So I live in a condo, I live on an end unit, and I have got next door neighbors that I like to smoke marijuana, lots of it, and they and when I have my windows and doors open, which I like to do when the weather is nice, it permeates my house. I'm not looking to sell my house right now, but it's something that should be taken into account, I think. So this lady, my neighbors are tenants. This lady, her neighbors 2 doors down they own it. She's talked to them, and she's talked to the association, and her association is actually going to be addressing that. So a couple of things. One is that this is becoming kind of an issue lately, and I want to hear other people's opinions on it. I know my personal opinion on it. I don't care who smokes what or what you do, as long as it doesn't disturb the quiet enjoyment of my property or the ability, the marketability or ability to sell a property. This lady, like, her neighbors actually leave bongs and all this paraphernalia outside, and it just looks trashy. I mean, besides the smell, it just looks trashy. And when you're trying to sell a property, you don't want your neighbor's property to look trashy. You want to get the most amount of money for your property as possible. So just something to keep in mind. Something else, and actually Jeff Cochran, who is one of my favorite lenders, is watching right now, I can see. And something else that I just read that just came up I got it emailed, is that if you live in a condo development or something like that, or I guess even your single family home, but if the mortgage is a Freddie backed mortgage, so if it is a government backed mortgage, even though smoking marijuana is legal in some states around here, it's still federally illegal. And if you have a federal backed mortgage, it's illegal for you to do it in your home or on your property, even if it's legal in your state. So something to keep in mind. I thought that was really interesting, actually. I had never even considered that. But what I would like is to hear your opinions on this, if it's affected you, and I'm trying to help her kind of navigate this with potentially selling her property. I have the luxury of having central air conditioning, so I can shut my house down and just run AC all the time, and I'm not being infiltrated with this pungent smell every 2 hours of my life. But she doesn't have that luxury, so she keeps her windows open. And it's a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem for showing, and it's definitely going to be a problem for selling for her. So let me know what your opinions are below. If you've got any questions about real estate, please feel free to send me a message. All of my contact information is below. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Facebook, you can send me a message. Go ahead and hit like if you're watching this on YouTube, and subscribe if you want to be notified when I do more videos.